Welcome to Poor Brothers Decisions.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the show. How are we all doing tonight?
I'm still jamming out to the music, brother.
That is a slick little intro, isn't it? I can't get over it. The outro. Again, we want to thank you, Hoopy Star, for putting that together for us. Really appreciate it. And I'm sure there's going to be some other good things coming this way in the future from Hoopy Star, because he's kind of let us in on a couple little things. But yes, thank you again. Much appreciated. And to everyone else, welcome to Poor Brothers and Decisions. Normally, we start off by saying, what are we drinking? I got a choice tonight. I got a choice. And the choice is, do I go with Blanton's again?
A good choice.
Or do I crack open this bottle of Eagle Rare? Now, I haven't opened this one yet. I have opened the Blanton's. I got both of them sitting right here. And I could easily jump into it. But throw it in the chat. And while we're waiting on the chat to decide what I'm going to drink tonight, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm going to leave it up to the chat, too. I'm going to give them a couple of choices.
What you got?
I'm going to start the night off with my little creamsicle.
Okay, that's always a good choice. What kind of liquor are you using in that one? Is that still the Jameson?
Jameson orange and cream soda, yep.
There we go.
So I don't have any Blanton's. I'm out.
Oh, I got a couple of bottles if you want to come down and snag some.
Yeah, I'll be there in about 10 hours.
All right, that'll work.
Let's go with how about Elijah Craig?
It's always a good choice.
It looks like it's Elijah Craig single barrel, or let's go with Four Branches.
Oh, you're gonna do that one again?
Yeah.
Oh wow,
it is a good liquor, man.
It is a good one. I guess I could throw that one in the mix too, because I've got that one in the ice box right here. I don't know. I mean, because right now we compared the bottles and we're neck and neck on the Four Branches. Man. Well, I've got a couple people in the chat throwing in their little 2 cents, and one of them says Eagle, another one says Blanton's. You know,
that's a toss up right now. You got to wait.
Yeah.
They're gonna make us wait.
We got one more person to come in and make a decision right quick. So which one are you gonna go for, do you think? Because they ain't said nothing about you.
I see that.
You're going to be going, I don't know, stone cold sober tonight on this show. Let's see.
It's a hard one because I want some more of that Four Branches, but
yeah,
I also want to try out that Elijah Craig.
Elijah Craig's not bad. I've had some of that. That's been pretty good. Mama T says Eagle Rare. We got Hoopy Star saying Eagle. Katie Z says Blanton's. Michelle says Eagle. Right now, it looks like Eagle. All right, so Mr. 3 says Eagle. Jeez. All right. I'm going to go grab me a piece of ice right quick because I just noticed that my glass doesn't have any ice in it.
Mine either.
So...
But mine's right here, so I'm not.
Yeah, mine's not right there. Unless
I can chuck it away if you want.
You can throw it my way?
Yeah.
Well,
it'll be melted before you get there.
That's true. That is true.
I'm gonna go with the Four Branches, brother.
You're going with the Four Branches because that works.
Hope you start.
Yeah, that is good. I'm gonna go with the Eagle here. Oh, why is it not opening? All right. What has happened to you in the last couple of days since the new year has been kicked off? I know we had a show just a couple of days ago. However, I'm sure there's something going on.
Honestly, I haven't been doing anything other than, well, to be frank, I'm. I have this little. Oh, how do you even want to call it? I guess it's like a. I don't know. I liked to put together 3D wooden clocks.
Yeah.
So y'all had got me one from Rocker for Christmas, and
Yeah.
it was a. I guess it's what they would call like a kind of like an without being Alice in um,
Alice in Wonderland infringement.
Wonderland. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's basically based off of that. And I have another clock. It's an owl clock, and it's got a bunch of gears in it. And when you wind it up, the gears move and all that. So it's a really neat clock. That was my favorite clock, and then I put this one together. It took me 2 days to put that thing together.
Yeah, you were saying that.
Yeah. So I had a really good, fun 2 days of just spending 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours a day on it each time, and just
So I was supposed to run all over to Homer's and pick up some of that glue, and I completely spaced it. While I'm out and about tomorrow, I'm probably going to pick up some glue because I've actually got not a clock, but a similar style puzzle that you got to put together, and it's a trebuchet. And my better half got me this a while ago, and I've really been focused on getting a bunch of other stuff done and whatnot. And then on my downtime, not doing a whole shitload, to be honest. And I've been looking at your stuff and I got you that clock, and then you put it together, and I'm like, I really got to do this. So I've got it sitting over here. I'm going to put it together, and it's supposed to work. And I'd like to throw some shit around the house.
yep.
So that's what I'm going to be trying to do
I forget
for
what
the next week.
mine's called because I'm not big into the old school weapons. But mine's got that. It's kind of like that big arrow that you pull back and it latches,
Right.
throws the arrow out.
I don't
I've got
remember
one
what
that
that's
works.
called either. But that's also one of the ones that if this goes well, and I'm hoping it does, but if it goes well, I'll get the other siege weapons and whatnot. Real quick in the chat, we got Mama T, we got Michelle, we got Hoopy Star, we got Adam. Good to see you again, Adam. And there's a new face in here. Katie Zed, see you in here. Thank you. Uh, I don't know who this guy is, but
It looks awful sus.
I don't know. Did he finally figure out technology?
I'm
Did he
thinking he
finally get it?
did.
He may have. Um, Michelle says it's a ballista, and I do
Ballista.
believe that is what that is.
Hey, by
Anyway,
the way,
yeah. Cheers.
cheers, sir.
I'm going no ice. I want to see what it tastes like. That's nice. You can almost taste a caramel undertone to it and the oak, and it's smooth. There's a little heat on the tongue, but there's no heat when you drink it.
So it's got a little less heat than the Four Branches does going down, huh?
Yeah, it does. That's and they're two completely different tastes.
Oh yeah.
But it's good. Wow. No wonder that goes for sale like it does. Good lord. All right. Before I get sidetracked again. You did your clock deal. I've been doing a couple other little things, but it's been mainly work since the show. I know you took a couple of days off. Me, it's been get up, go to work, come home, uh, since New Year's. So
I just had the normal.
weekend.
This happens to be a weekend I'm off, so
Right.
I just basically took one day because we had Thursday off.
Oh, nice.
So I just took the one day. But yeah, it's been kind of
So
nice to relax.
tomorrow I'll go visit Sis.
Good,
Uh,
good.
I think she's got some furniture she's going to offload, um, and we're going to unload it, which is kind of cool because my couch decided it was going to get old. I think it's been like 8 years, 10 years, something like that. We've had this, so I think it's time. Um, but yeah, uh, so we go visit Sis for a little bit, and then just kind of relax myself. Maybe set up for next week's show again. That'll be next Saturday at 7 p.m. But yeah, we'll set up for that and go from there. So, uh, anyone in the chat have anything interesting that they've done over the last couple of week and a half from Christmas until now? If so, throw it in the chat and we'll throw it out there for you. Right now, I want to this day in history. There's some good stuff that happened on January 3rd. I took a
Really?
look. I took a quick little peruse through this, and yeah, there's some interesting things that happened in here. I gotta hold this way away from me so I can see. Not really interested in this one here. Not too much. So let's go to this next one. All right, 1521. Pope Leo the 10th excommunicates Martin Luther from the Roman Catholic Church. He goes, "Get the hell out. We don't want you." So
Excommunicado, huh?
yeah, and then we jump a couple hundred years, and 1777. So I don't know, 200 years before I came around. Um, Continental Army under the command of George Washington defeats the British garrison at Princeton. So yeah, everyone thinks that in 1776 we broke free. Yeah, well, we broke free, but we fought for a good while after 1776.
Yeah.
So, all right. Uh, and from some of you boomers out there, and there's a couple of you in the chat. 1952, the iconic crime drama Dragnet appeared on NBC. And I remember early 80s catching some reruns of Dragnet. And the fact that it actually debuted in 1952, that's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Let's see here. 1959. Another good year,
Mm-hmm.
especially at the end of the year. Alaska becomes a 49th state in the Union. I did not realize it became a state at the beginning of 1959. I
Oh,
did know
nice.
that it happened before Hawaii, which is our 50th state, in the same year, but I was unaware that it happened that early on. So that was kind of cool. Let's see here. Aretha Franklin in 1987 became the first woman inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Kind of sad it took until 1987 for that to happen
Yeah.
because there's a lot of rock and roll females out there. Janis Joplin, okay. You got the Bengals. I mean, of course, they were just starting out their career, but still, it's definitely interesting. Now, this one here, I remember this one, and I remember kind of diving deep into this one because in 1990, on this date, this is when Manuel Noriega surrendered to the United States. Okay, after a week-long siege at the Vatican's embassy in Panama City. Now, he was at the Vatican's embassy in Panama City. We couldn't just go in there and grab him. Violates so many different
Right.
rules and regulations and treaties and all sorts of shit. Anyway, what the U.S. military did was they said, hey, how can we annoy the shit out of them? Do you know what they did?
I don't.
Blasted rock and roll music. We're talking at concert level, front row level loudness at the embassy until he finally said, I've had enough. I'm coming out. Can you please turn that shit off?
Getting that, yeah.
Me, I'd have been like, yeah, and gone to sleep to it, you know? But yeah, so I remember looking at it and going, now, why would that do that? Well, first off, rock and roll is not his preferred music style.
Yeah.
Okay. Secondly, it's in a language that he doesn't necessarily 100% understand. He doesn't understand it. It's not really his style. It's blasting at freaking, Ozfest decibels. Okay. Yeah, he's going to come out sooner than later.
Yeah.
Personally, I've been, in the Middle East and whatnot, and they got some music out that way that if you blasted that, I'd probably drive my ass nuts too, to be honest. But that's just something I found that was kind of interesting in that regards. And then the year 2000, on this day, the final Peanuts comic strip was published in newspapers worldwide.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So something interesting about the Peanuts is there's a theory out there. So if you don't want to hear this theory, because I'm going to ruin your childhood, you can close your ears.
I think I just heard about this, I bet.
There's a theory that, and it stems off of one of the episodes, okay, one of the very first episodes where Snoopy drags Charlie Brown out of the lake.
Mm-hmm.
And Charlie Brown never survived that.
Yep.
And everything that you see after that is Snoopy recalling all of his conversations with the boy.
Charlie.
Okay. And you never see Snoopy inside his doghouse. He's always on top of the doghouse looking at the direction of the lake, waiting for his friend to come home.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear, all the little tales and everything. That was all the adventures that Charlie Brown would tell Snoopy, his dog, because little boys talk to their dogs.
Yep.
And that's what the entire thing was about, was Snoopy remembering Charlie and always looking for him. And the fact that you never heard the parents speak, it was always
muffled.
Yep. Is because he only had ears for Charlie. And all of the adventures that Charlie would talk about with his friends. And yep. So there's that theory.
There you go, people.
Yep. I just ruined your childhood.
Have that for something to chew on for the night.
Venezuela. Have you heard anything about Venezuela?
Mm-mm.
All right. So
no, I don't have TV. So.
Oh, I don't really watch a lot of TV myself in that regards, but I do tend to look at the news. Here's my thing. All right, so what happened was, looks like overnight, overnight, Trump sent in some U.S. forces in, grabbed the president of Venezuela and his wife, and they now have them as prisoner.
Really?
Yeah. So,
oh boy.
What is my take on that? So there's a whole backstory to it and everything. I'm kind of disappointed in one aspect that we're getting our asses involved in something else that probably we don't want to. I'm kind of impressed that within an hour and a half of the very first shot going off, that we had the president and his wife of another country in custody. I'm kind of impressed that not one single U.S. life during that entire thing has come to an end. Some people got hurt. That's, you know, um, the fact that how strategic it was. I'm kind of yeah, 2 hour. Yeah, how strategic and how planned out it was, and how precise everything happened. I'm impressed. Um, Having been around this for a majority of my life in one fashion or another, it never ceases to amaze me how good the U.S. military actually is. Taking a step back, I don't know all the details, all the little nuances, but I'm kind of in the mindset we need to not get involved in something unless we're going to do it and do it old school. What does that mean? I'm not into nation building. Screw that. No, I'm no. I am old school thought process right now is um, you attack me, I'm going to pound you into oblivion. If I'm going to invade you, I'm taking your shit over, and you are now my 51st state. Okay. Um, I am taking you. You are mine. All your shit's mine. That is the mindset we need to go back to. And that's going to keep people um, intellectually honest when it comes to how they fight these wars. Personally, that's my opinion, and that's all it is. And my opinion is just like everyone else's ass, it stinks, and I get it, and that's fine. But I was asked my opinion, so I give it to you. So yeah, um, but yeah, being woke up by a special forces troop, and then 2 hours later you're a prisoner on Iwo Jima. Yeah, and I'll tell you this: I've been to Iwo Jima, and that's a whole nother story. That is just amazing. Um, yeah. Uh, Katie Zed brings up a very good point, and this is something that I am kind of concerned about in this aspect. You know, mentioning the sending our oil companies to Venezuela during the press conference worries me. It wasn't about drugs. It's never solely about any one thing. Okay, it was never solely about the drugs. It has always had something to do with the oil. It's always had something to do with it in one fashion or another. Um, I will say that in the mind of Trump, he's probably looking at it, and I'm trying to give him the benefit of doubt in this aspect of it. He's probably looking at it as we're going to take the oil, and that's going to pay for what we've had to do in order to do this, that, or the other. As a small part, as the whole thing, nope. Um, it. I don't think it's a. I don't think it's something that we need to be doing. I think we need to walk away from it and let them have their country back and just say, there you go, it's yours. Leave their shit alone, let them build their country back up, and maybe they can be an ally. But going in there and taking their oil and all that, no. Let them build their country back. We took the bad guy out, done. Now you fix your shit. That's the way, that's what I'm looking at. So
I would agree with that.
yeah. So outside of that, enough of weird politics and stuff like that. Let's get some interesting facts that you want to throw this way.
I have something a little off the off beaten path.
Okay.
And it's not written down right there. Oh, yes, it is. It's right there. See, it is.
Cheers.
New car maintenance warranty on vehicles. So I'm going to say car myths. People still car myth. Car myths that people still believe in that were of old school days, like
Okay.
30, 40, 50 years ago. One of the things is people still think that when you buy a new car, they say that their belief is they can't go anywhere else to have their oil change, regular maintenance done, which everybody, from what I understand, people still to this day believe in that, and which is just absolute BS.
Okay.
So, what do you think? Do you think if let's just say you went to a dealership and you bought the car or
Yep.
truck of your likings,
Mm-hmm.
when you go to get your first oil change done, now mind you, most dealerships will give you your first 3 oil changes for free.
The 3 oil changes for free, or they'll try and sell you a
There
packet.
two oil change deal, or a 3 or 4 or 6, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
I've been down this road once or twice.
but
And
in order to maintain and keep your warranty, what is your thought process on it? Did you think that you had to go to the dealership in order to keep your car warranty?
I never have. Personally, I know a lot of people that do. And when I say I know a lot of people that do, they're like, they told me that in order to maintain my warranty, I had to come to the dealership and get it. I had to do it exactly at this time, and I had to do boom, but boom. And I'm going, no,
No,
you
there's
have
that.
to you have to have a reasonable attempt to do it around that time frame. You need to keep your records, you know. And here's the thing about the records, okay? You don't have to have the physical paper. I go to the same place time and time again. They email it to me. That's number 1. Number 2, I can go to them and say, "Hey, can you print me out the records of my vehicle for the past 5 years?" And they're like, "Absolutely, because I've been going there for 5 years or more."
Most people don't keep records that long, though.
No, but some of the
Most
companies do.
independent shops don't keep them that long.
No, but some of
But
the national chains do.
but the U.S. laws helping protect the consumer, you and I, and everybody else, it's illegal for that to be the only way. It's illegal that way for them to do that.
Correct.
So you could buy a brand new car right off the lot and go somewhere else and have their oil changes done.
Yep.
You got to keep your receipts and or paperwork or be able to track it. And they have to use OE certified or equivalent OE certified fluids, parts, whatever. So as long as it meets the OE certifications,
Does that have to be ASE certified?
not ASC certified.
Just OEM with the products that you're using.
Right, but and not OEM in the original equipment manufacturer stuff. It's not. You don't have to buy a Mopar filter. You could buy a filter that is equivalent to that, an oil that is equivalent to that.
Now,
As long as it is equivalent and has the same standards as the OEM oil and or filter does, it's
or better, right?
or better. And it has to have the. It has to meet the OE standards or be better.
And so for me, I've got a little box car, this little thing, and I know you hate it, but that's okay. I like it. It's good on gas. When you're
That
getting 35 miles an hour or 35 miles to the gallon gas, I can't
Kia
shake
is
a
not
stick
the
at.
only one that does that.
I don't have a Kia. That's the thing.
It's the same company.
Don't you start with me.
Hyundai is the same company.
They're not.
Yes, they are, and you know it is.
Kia
Quit
is
it.
the redheaded stepchild of
It
Hyundai.
is not.
It is.
No.
Anyway.
So,
But no, I like to go with the higher end oil on it. The higher end synthetic, because I don't want to deal with the BS with the other stuff.
okay, how about fuel?
All right, so with the fuel, I will run normal fuel, and every now and again, I will throw in a tank of the high end, and then I go back to the normal with this vehicle.
So the belief is that premium fuel, your high-end fuel, is supposed to make your car run better and faster.
I don't see. I've heard that. I never bought that necessarily. I always thought that I wanted to run the high end fuel every now and again because it burned a little hotter and it helped push a little of that carbon out. Now, that could just be a fallacy in my own head, and I'm okay with that.
There might be some legitimacy
But I don't put it
to that.
in every time.
But with that being said, it's 100% garbage. The only reason you need anything higher than your 87 is due to combustion rate. So anything that has a turbocharger, supercharger, in my case, because I had a built motor, so my compression rate was a lot higher. I
Right.
need to run that higher octane for combustion.
So taking a 92 in the Hyundai, that
Non-turbocharged
non-turbo, yeah, and just once in a while running it.
doesn't do it any good other than just
Okay,
the.
so explain to me then why it's good to get out there and haul ass on the highway every now and again and open it up.
Because you're warming it up. You're getting it hot.
Doesn't that, in the same aspect, by doing that with the higher octane, do the same thing?
No.
Why not?
It just doesn't. The higher octane is meant for the higher combustion rate. So if you have
Okay.
your 9, 10, 11 to 1 compression ratio versus your 7, 8, 9 compression ratio, those lower compression ratios only need a certain amount of combustion for not combustion. It's what they call knock.
Right. So you get the carbon buildup in there. What would you suggest then if it's not the higher fuel? What would you put in there to help bust that up and get that pushed out?
You're going to get carbon buildup no matter what. They make
Right.
an additive to throw in to help with that. But
Okay.
it doesn't matter if you have a regular 87 octane car or a 91 or 92 octane or whatever. You're going to get that carbon buildup. And a lot of that is from just steady cruising all the time. Your city driving. They say to get it out on the highway to actually open it up so that everything opens up and gets.
So we need to do what our mother did a couple of days ago.
But just don't get the ticket.
Just don't get the ticket. Gotcha. Now I'm picking up what you're putting down there. We have an interesting take here. Another school of thought for going to the dealership is they will have all of the service records, which is true. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
My whole thing with going to the dealer is I got to go take the car in, and then I'm sitting around for how long while they are doing other things. I have an appointment, but it's going to take me 5 hours to get my oil changed. I can go down the street, get my oil changed in 15 minutes, where the dealership's going to take me 5 hours. I'm not going to the dealership.
That's a good place to get your shit changed. Pardon my French.
Yeah.
If they're doing it, legitimately doing it in 15 minutes, because where I work, and I work at a dealer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. From the time I get the car over to the rack, get it racked, get the wheels off of it, because I rotate tires for free as a service.
Okay.
I fill up your washer bottle free as a
Okay.
service.
What do you fill up the washer bottle with?
Well, out here, because I'm in a cold climate, I use blue washer fluid res.
I have to tell, and depending on where I'm
Also,
at, I'll
also,
tell them do not put anything in there because I have my own stuff I like to put in there, and most of their shit's watered down.
well,
So,
my stuff's not, but
right.
do not, real quick, do not use Rain-X in your stuff.
No, I try not
It
to.
breaks down. It breaks down the hoses and it breaks down the blades.
Yeah.
Anyways, but I could get most of that stuff and get set back down and ground and back out in a half hour. So if they're doing it in 15 minutes,
They're doing it 15 minutes, but we're not putting it on a lift. I'm staying in the vehicle. I'm driving over the pit. They got someone underneath. They're popping it off the bottom. The guy on the top doing the stuff. It's a two-man deal.
mhm,
15 minutes, that's reasonable. Oh, yeah. Katie Zed had 2 years of oil changes when she bought the car. I think she did like 2 or 3 times. She says twice. And she's like, nope, time is more valuable than going to the dealership and waiting on them to change my oil 3, 4, 5 hours later after I made an appointment to be there. If I make an appointment and I get there and you tell me it's going to take 4 hours, give me the keys. My time is way more valuable than this.
the
To her
worst
point,
it gets on my end is maybe an hour, 45
I
minutes. Time.
I
Not
would
for
be
me,
okay with that.
not for me actually physically doing it, being able to pull it in, set it on a lift, get it up, drain, get it all everything, and get it back out. But there are circumstances where it doesn't happen that way.
Yeah.
Uh, and then two, how often are you getting your oil changes done? Are you still on the old adage of 3,000 miles?
No. Yes. No. With the Jeep, I'm doing between 3 and 5. Okay. It depends on if I remember what I did it last at.
They don't put a sticker in your window?
I take that thing out because they put it in the most dumbass place and it always blocks my shit. I pull it down, I put it somewhere else, and usually it falls off before the next one.
Hmm.
Um, the on the Hyundai, um, I actually not only will take a look at it at 5,000, but I'm also looking at the little computer in there that says what the percentage of the oil thing is.
Mm-hmm.
When it gets down to like 30%, and as long as I'm over the 5,000, I'll go do it. So it could be between 5 and 7 on the Hyundai, which
A lot of people, believe it or not, are still doing it at 3,000 miles.
but you don't need to. I do it with the older Jeep. It's an older.
Even with your Jeep, you don't have to. Your 2011, you don't have to do it. You don't have to.
Really?
Huh.
Why is that?
Just because of the newer style oils that we have. The older vehicles, you wanted to do that at every 3,000 miles.
Because it burned
But
through it quicker.
well, the tolerances and the specs and everything, and the clearances aren't as good as they are nowadays.
Right.
And these cars nowadays are supposed to be able to go between 7 and 10,000 miles. I can promise you that I would never do it more than 5,000. Period.
Okay, so if they're allowed to go between 7 and 10, why are you stopping at 5? What's your take on
Because
that?
I don't think their tolerances and their specs are
As good as they say?
as good as they say they are.
I would
So
probably
I'm
venture
kind of
to say
stuck
you're
in the
right.
middle.
Yeah.
Okay, I have an '04 that I run my Jeep and I get changed every 3,000 miles, but I run mine every 3,000 miles because it takes me almost 12 months to get to
That-
3,000 miles.
That's another thing, is also time in the vehicle.
Correct.
Absolutely. I've changed it at 1,500 miles before, because the last time it was changed was a year earlier, and I only put 1,500 miles on it. Yes, I'm with you on that one. Regardless how many miles, if it's been an extended period of time, no.
And one last one.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Car myth.
Okay.
Warming up your car for 10 minutes in the morning.
Oh, all right. All right. Go ahead.
What?
Go ahead. Okay. I think it's mostly false. And I have a reason to say mostly.
Okay.
My Hyundai, no. Get in it, turn it on, put the little fucker in drive, and off I go. Okay. It warms up in like 3 minutes. And engine's up to temperature, everything. Okay. That's fine. That's my climate. If I was, let's say, New York and all the crap that they're going through right now, or Chicago, okay, I'd probably let it warm up a little bit. I wouldn't necessarily say it had to be completely warm.
So
at that
Chicago,
point.
what do you mean?
Chicago, how cold it is up there?
Well, it's cold.
Negatives. If I walk outside and I want to go back to bed, that's cold. Of course, it could be middle of summer too, and I have a
How
hangover.
deep into the
but that's-
negatives are you thinking?
I'd say anything with 10 below or more.
Okay.
Right. So, but again, that's my opinion on it. There's no science base behind it. Okay. I do know that where I'm at now, turn it on, foot to gas, go down the road.
Mhm.
That quick. Arizona, same thing. Hot or cold. Doesn't matter. Now, I say that with most cars.
So the warming up is from the old days.
I'm guessing it was the old.
Let's see. The old carbureted days
Okay.
instead of fuel injection. So the carburetor
Perfect sense.
and the air had to mix, and then you would get your whatever.
Okay.
Nowadays, with the way the cars are built, because they're all computerized and they're fuel injected,
Doesn't
the
need any of that.
computer does all of that immediately, adjusts the air fuel mixture, and does all of the things that it needs to do. So they say anything more than a minute, you're wasting fuel.
Okay. Now,
I'm going to give you an example. My Jeep, my 04,
yeah.
sitting outside all day long while I was at work at 1 degrees. I flop right in that Jeep and I just start driving.
Okay.
When you get down into like negative, I forget where it's at. I'd have to research it again, but I forget where oil and transmission fluid start to get to that molasses.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just have to kind of be careful with that. Just getting
Okay.
in and there,
Right.
you might want to. You're talking about extreme cold at that point. So
Katie Zed brings up a good point. If it's so cold out that my car requires warming up, I'm not going out that day. If it's that cold and she parks in the garage, we've got bigger issues than going out. Okay.
yeah, that means you left your door open.
our heater in the house is down, and yeah, we're no. All right, so riddle me this one then. Okay, my Jeep, it's a 2011. Obviously, it's not a carbureted Jeep.
Nope.
Okay, when it's cold out, and I'm not talking like negatives, I'm talking at freezing temperatures. Okay, between anything below like 38 degrees out. Okay.
That's not freezing, but
It's
that's
not,
close.
but it's down there. Okay.
Yeah.
But anything below 38 or below, I have to let it warm up. Otherwise, it kicks um, the check engine light and it also the traction control at the same time. And then I have to go park, turn it off, disconnect the battery, let it sit for a minute. Because by the time it kicks on, I'm going down the road. So by the time I end up stopping, it has warmed up. Okay. I take it off, put it on, and it's fine. Or I sit and I let it warm up and then I drive it and it never comes on. What's your diagnosis, doctor?
There's too many scenarios that it could be because it is a newer Jeep with
Relatively
the
speaking.
computer.
Yeah.
It could be an ABS module. There could be a bad circuit board in the HCU, the
But
hydraulic
why does
control,
it only do it in the cold weather?
because the solder joint.
So it warms up and up at the solder joint.
The heat gets back in it and it comes back together. And when it's cold, it's cooled down and separated.
Huh.
Potentially, I can't say 100%.
No, that's
The
actually
only way
that's
you would know
probably
is
the best answer I've gotten from any mechanic to date.
the only way I would know, and by rights anybody should know, and they should never try and diagnose anything over a telephone or anything. Just
I
like
disagree with that.
well, dad's the exception, okay. But with that being said,
Hold the phone closer.
there is a reason why those lights come on the dash. Traction control has transmission. It is also linked to ABS and quite a few other things. Could be transfer case. So
Okay.
when that check engine light comes on, there needs to be a code pulled from that, so you could try to see what may correlate with that, and then it starts giving you the avenue to go down. It's not the fix, but it's an avenue to go down to start looking for what you need.
I'm not gonna take it to a mechanic when I know I just sit there for 5 minutes and let it warm up and then it's fine.
Until it doesn't.
Then I jump
It's
in the
it's
Hyundai.
good. It's good until it isn't.
Exactly. It's good until it isn't. But yeah. So no, actually, I never thought about that aspect of it. Oh, okay, good. I got a work message. I don't have to deal with it. Yay me. Anyway, no, that's actually something I never really thought about with the solder and all of that. And then taking into account the ABS aspect of it, which is why it goes to traction control, which would probably throw a flag for the check engine, like, hey, we're gonna get squirrely. Makes sense.
Well,
So
all that means is that your traction control doesn't work. That's all.
right.
The
I just
com-
don't like
the
don't
com-
like seeing that damn engine light come
the
on though.
computer's just not going to step in to help you put the power where it needs to.
I just gotta do it all myself.
Yep,
I get it.
You got to go back old school.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of old school, uh, I just saw a video. I wish I would have saved it. Saw a video of this guy getting gifted, either his wife or his girlfriend, a 98, yeah, 98 Viper, and he calls it the biggest piece of shit Viper out there. Yeah, but he loves it and he's so thankful. And what are your take on the Viper?
I think they're a bad little machine, personally.
I have been wanting one since the first time I laid eyes on one.
I don't know that I would want probably some of the earlier ones, but
Okay, so
also I might want some of the earlier ones because it's probably more of a raw machine than these newer ones.
there was a couple of years that Viper, they all were V10s, okay, but there are a couple of years they come out with the V12,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe 98 was one of the years that they had the V12.
I don't know. I'm not that big into them.
But the body style of the 98 is the one that I really liked, still do. And I would rather have that late 90s body style than the later 2010s before they discontinued them. I just think it looked meaner. Oh, you did?
They discontinued them for a little bit, and then they came back out with them again, and now they're discontinued again.
Yeah. Yes, they did. They came back out, and then
Yes.
So, but no, I want, and I've always wanted that late 90s.
Like the
Just
99 2000.
98, 99, 2000, right in there. Yeah. I don't know that it would be possible to get the 94 because I believe that was the first year it came out. I don't believe that even if I had the money, it would be a wise business decision to get a 94 anyway. It would just be too ridiculously expensive to get.
If that was the first year they came out, you probably wouldn't want one anyways. I mean, other than if you were just going to occasionally, once in a while, take it out and drive it. But 90, you know how it is when they bring out a new model.
Oh yeah.
The first couple of years they're working out
Usually
all the bugs.
Let's see. Pop says that his HHR instrument panel would go dark when it was warm outside, but worked when it was cold outside. Had a bad solder joint. I mean, that's
Like
the damn solders. Yeah.
Well, like I said, just getting back to that, without being able to see what the code actually says, to be able to go off into the
in that correct direction.
It may not even take you in that direction, but it might take you in the direction that takes you over here that says this one. I'm trying to think of what Adam is saying here by saying you can eliminate individual wheel speed sensors for the ABS. Usually, if it's a wheel speed sensor, you're not only going to get just a traction control, you're also going to get an ABS light that comes on. So by eliminating it individually, I don't think that's going to work. Because you don't have an ABS light coming on, right?
I do not have an ABS light coming on. I only have the traction control.
So if there happens to be a communication error somewhere in the HCU or the ABS control module, the head hydraulic control unit side of it, the computer side of it, it may not necessarily affect the ABS side of it, but it may affect the traction control side of it. But generally speaking, and obviously not in all cases, i.e. yours, if you have a traction control issue, it tends to typically trip the ABS as well.
Okay.
But it may not. So I don't personally think it's a wheel speed sensor issue. I could be wrong, but usually a wheel speed sensor will bring up an ABS light.
Yeah, you're a little out there on my mechanical knowledge for me.
Sorry.
Which is it's a lot of interesting stuff, and it's a lot for me to process and keep in the back of my head so that next time I go out there and I jump in it. But but yeah, yeah. Erica, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for doing that thumbs up. We really appreciate that. All right, so let's see. If you eliminate the speed sensor, um, one at a time, you may recreate your problem. I do agree with what you're saying. Oh, hey, cool. All right. Let's see here. Normally, talking earlier today, we'd have a different segment that we'd go into. Uh, didn't have a chance to dive into that segment. So we'll do that next week. We're going to get a little bit more detailed.
Oh yeah.
Again, gun knowledge. Okay. I really want to make sure everyone understands that there are 4 safety rules with any weapon that you've got. Okay. And yes, I understand that revolvers technically don't have 4 safety rules. It only goes down to, anyway, not everyone's playing around with revolvers. So let's just go with the 4 basic safety rules. Okay. Treat every weapon as if it were loaded. Never point your weapon at anything you do not intend to shoot. Keep your finger straight and off the trigger until you're ready to fire. Keep your weapon unsafe until you intend to fire. Okay. I think that this is something that I want to make sure that we hit every time we talk. Okay. We're going to have people that are our age, older, and younger popping in here every now and again. And it doesn't hurt to have this locked in there somewhere. And if you hear it once, you can hear it 1,000 times. Yeah. Weapon safety of any type is extremely important to me. I won't go to the range with you when I sit down with you and you're trying to learn something or you want me to teach you and you don't respect that. I've actually gone to the range with someone and they flagged me. Flagging is when you take the pointy end, the boom boom part, okay, and you point it at someone, okay, intentional or not, and actually taking the pistol away from them and said, yeah, we're done. I'm not dealing with that. Going to the range should be fun, not a trip to the hospital. Okay. You want to go to the hospital or the morgue. Yeah. But yeah. So having said that, I want to make sure that we touch on that.
Thanks, Adam. Have a good one, bud.
Yeah. Have a good one. Thank you again. Anyway, I want to make sure that we do that. And now we'll probably go into more gun knowledge as time goes on because I'll pick a different, a pistol or rifle or whatever. Might be modern, might be historic, and go into that a little bit, because I think that's just something that most of us can kind of look at and go, that's neat on the mechanic side of it. That's neat on how that actually operates. And, some of it, yep, it's not good for anything over than 50 feet. And other ones, this one will reach out and touch you at, 2 or 3 miles. So, having said that, I think that's going to be kind of fun, coming along in the future. But I got a couple videos. If you are willing to bear with me as we kind of go through a couple of these.
Oh yeah.
All right. So let's see here. This one actually is down your realm a little bit. Okay. It's with an engine. Okay. And this is what is considered to possibly be one of the most interesting engines out there. Okay. What they have done, I don't want to play the entire video, I want to play a little bit of it. Okay. But what they have done is they have taken a Hemi and made it into a 2-cylinder.
A V-twin.
Oh, why is there no volume on this? Oh, that's why, because
And if that doesn't make any sense to you, stick around because it soon will. In previous videos, we've talked about Noonan Race Engineering. They build some of the world's most badass purpose-built race engines on the planet. And one.
Have you heard of this company?
No, I have not, but I have seen this particular video,
Yeah.
and I am excited in Well, it's a couple different fashions.
Yeah.
But anyways, go ahead.
So I have heard of this company, and when I say I have heard of it, I've heard of other car guys, like some of those car videos, talk about it, and I'm like, well, this is kind of interesting and this and that, but I never really thought they were crazy innovative, I guess. I just thought they were just some shop. After listening to this guy and then doing a little bit of a deeper dive, they do some crazy innovations with engines, like amazing type stuff. So
And you know
take,
why this happened, right? Why it was only a 2-cylinder?
but they were trying to break it down to, if I am understanding correctly, they were trying to break it down to um, testing,
Yeah.
being able to test it.
If you can do it with 2 cylinders, you could do it with 8. It
Right.
keeps the cost down.
And I think that in the process of doing that, they went, oh, maybe we don't need to make it as big. Maybe we can have this little go-getter in one of these smaller cars and only be a 2-cylinder.
They're not putting a 2-cylinder in a car, but I know
I
where I
mean,
would put that V twin at.
how many horses did they say that this might get?
He hasn't yet, but I want to say it was like 3.
No, no.
3.
Uh,
I think it's
For the
3 or 4
platforms, they just so happen to
naturally.
be one of the best in the business.
say again.
I think it was 3 or 4 naturally.
Horsepower?
3 or 400 naturally aspirated, not including a turbo.
Right, but when they added the
Power
turbo, what was it?
I want to say they reached 1,000.
Yes, that's where they hit it with when they added that turbo.
That is the Hemi platform. Except all the parts have been replaced with billet and shiny things, and it comes with a price tag that would, well, ruin most people. However, they do special.
I don't want to go too deep into this guy's video because I don't want to take away from any of his stuff because he actually does a really good job on this. But I do want to get into some
And
of
the
the
bigger displacement the engine can have.
what's
Which,
going
regardless
on
of
with
if
it.
you're going NA or boosted, bigger the engine, bigger the boom, more horsepower. Today's engine enters the picture. Now, when you look at this engine specifically from the front or directly from the back, it looks like pretty much any other billet Hemi out there. However, where it differs from literally every Hemi that has ever existed is that this does not have 8 cylinders. This thing only has 2 cylinders. And the whole
when he got to this part, my jaw hit the ground. I was like, no way.
The first thing that went to my mind was, what bike am I going to put that in?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that seems like
They
a
got
very,
that thing built to 1,000+ horsepower. What bike are we putting that in?
it's got to be something. It has to be a cruiser of some type. Putting it on a crotch rocket is just straight up suicide.
Wow. Just stretch them out like they do all the rest of them.
No. I don't want to see how fast it goes. That's the problem. On a cruiser, I'm not going to be as tempted. Yeah. Katie says that her car has 3 hamsters and a wheel.
That's a Buick, though, right?
Yeah, I think it's less than 3 hamsters, actually.
You know what? That's what, the 2-liter in that one?
Actually, she might have the 2-liter.
Yeah.
Was it 2.1?
No, 2.0. It's probably the 2.0 Ecotech.
Maybe. I know mine's less than that.
Yeah, well, you guys, no offense, love you guys to death, but not the 2 vehicles I would want to purchase in my lifetime.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right.
It is. I don't care.
Perfectly fine. All right. Fuck you, buddy. Sit and spin. Eat a bug.
Eat a bug.
Eat a bug.
basically they're reducing the number of parts that they have.
Say again.
I said I haven't heard that shit in a minute. Eat a bug, bitch.
Yeah. So basically what they did with this Hemi V8 is they made a Hemi V2 and decked it out. And I didn't know if you had seen this video or not specifically.
Have to buy or produce or make, which reduces costs, which makes testing a lot more cost effective.
But my whole thing with it was, why would they do this? And then when it got to this point, I went, oh, this is awesome. And then, like you, I went, what can I put this in?
I mean, look at the size of those rods, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
How many of these little cars are out here that this would be in without any problems? I'm not talking the old heavy cars. I'm talking some of these smaller little rat rods like mine. I guarantee this has got more horses than mine.
I would think with the size of those rods and the way the crank and pistons are built, I would think you could get away with putting them in something like that, and it wouldn't stress it out too much.
And it would probably be a little get up and go.
These little 4-cylinders they keep putting in these cars, they're just barely enough to get these cars to go. And oh, blah blah blah, it's got all the horsepower. It beats this. It beats that. Hey, you know what? That's fine. But
Now, give me the
let's
old.
see what the longevity is on it.
Yeah, that's true.
Kia,
I'll give you that.
Kia Hyundai, for the past 10 years, has got a really, 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 really crappy track record. And it's not just them. It is Ford on the same, GM on the same.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I'm not going to bash it, but it's how they, for me, I want to go with what's been proven, a V6 or a straight 8. Now, mind you, the inline 6s that are now out through the Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, whatever.
Yeah.
Those inline 6s are really, really impressive.
I still think I'd rather have the old school inline 6.
This new inline 6 is pretty neat.
Is it worth the hype?
The twin turbo, because both versions are the twin turbo.
Okay.
There's a twin turbo and there's a twin turbo high output. Just the standard twin turbo puts out more power than the Hemi V8 does.
No kidding.
More horsepower and more torque.
No kidding.
Yep.
Okay.
That being said, they were quite proud of their creation, and a few years ago they took it off to PRI, where a few people saw it and said how much to buy one. Noonan promptly said it's not for sale, the customer said how much to buy one, and Noonan sold it to him. And now you can call them up and get your very own V-twin Hemi for yourself. And at this point you might be thinking, that's great and all, but why go through all the trouble of buying what is effectively a very expensive 2-cylinder engine? Well, there's a couple things you absolutely need to remember about this engine. Number one, it's based on Hemi architecture, which...
So what got me was they said, we're not going to sell it. And the guy goes, come on. They're like, no. He goes, how much? They're like, no. How much? He basically just opened his wallet and said, take as much out of it as you want.
Yeah.
And they went, okay.
Yep. I give up. I'll sell it now. That's one of those, you sell to one, now you got to sell to all. So
correct. Yeah.
But you know,
you
don't
set
have
the price.
to lower. Yeah, you don't have to lower the cost.
No, this is what I sold it for, and this is what I'm going to continue to sell it at. Yep. So, yeah, that's that was. I was like, well, you're never going to buy this, and they like, yep. See, they're not going to sell it. Oh, they sold it. We can get one. So yeah.
Bill Crayer. I'll say one thing: Chrysler 300s live forever. Does that one have the 3? Is that the 3.6 in it?
Maybe.
I bet it has a 3.6 in it. The newer 3.6s are have some of the newer 3.6s, like 18, 19, 20, 21s are having problems with the cams.
Yeah.
But, you know, it is what it is.
are absolutely massive, coming in at a little over 4.5 inches. And when you couple that with a 4-inch stroke, that means this little 2-cylinder engine has 131 cubic inches. And
Can you explain what that means to the people that don't know?
It's how far the piston can go up and down in the cylinder bore. So you
And
got
what does
4
that
inches
do?
of stroke.
And
It-
what does that do? When you have more room during
it,
the
it
compression.
increases the combustion, so a little bit more power.
So not only did they make it a 2-cylinder, but they also extended the stroke on it, which means it's going to have a little more juice to it at the end.
So, like my GTO,
Uh-huh.
if I recall, I believe mine only had a 4-inch stroke, 4.0 inch stroke. That's a half an inch more.
Good Lord.
Imagine that in an 8-cylinder configuration, dude. Naturally aspirated.
That's a lot of inches.
Yeah.
We're talking feet.
Well, mine jumped from mine jumped from a 364 cubic inch up to a 408, and it could go up to a 416, or no, it could go up to a 408, not much more than a 408. I had mine stroked at a 402, 403. Sorry.
402, 403, it could have gone up to a 408.
And I know to some of you that's not exactly the most impressive thing in the world, so if I convert that to European, it's a little over 2.1 liters. Or to put it another way, slightly larger than your average 4-cylinder engine. So given its cubic capacity,
So this 2-cylinder is bigger than a 4-cylinder.
Mm-hmm. It has more
this
cubic
engine
inch than it.
Right. It means it's going to have more power.
Considering it's made out of billet, the power numbers, well, it shouldn't really come as a surprise to you. Although it is fairly insane to say a 2-cylinder engine, assuming it can stay together and handle the RPM, will actually make upwards of 1,300 horsepower when boost is applied. Today we're talking about what might be the most insane big little engine on the planet. And if that doesn't make any sense to you, stick around because it soon will. In previous videos, we've talked about Noonan Race Engineering. They build some of the world's most badass
So you talk about putting into a bike. What
Bike.
about a little 2-seater sandrail?
Go-kart, sand rail.
Yeah. That's where my mind went to it. It's like, huh.
I immediately went to throttle twisting.
So yeah, I like the 4 wheels because that for me that was a lot. Now don't get me wrong,
Okay,
I love the 2-wheel, but for me, where you went directly to the 2-wheel, I went to I want to get it dropped down to the ground. I want my 4 wheels, and I want to be able to get this thing sideways going around every corner.
So how about we say side by side?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. A small side by side? Because when we were up in New York and taking a look at some of those, can you imagine dropping that down a little bit, making the stance just a little wider, a little bit lower profile, and just having it just hug as it goes?
Yeah.
So, Bill wants to know, would it be too heavy for a bike? I say no, only because
No,
I've actually seen a V8 bike.
Boss Hoss. But
Yeah.
regardless, you could probably take
That billet aluminum is going to be light, though.
Yeah, I bet if you took that and stripped it down and they built the jugs and everything that they needed to do that, put on top of that, the heads, the jugs, whatever.
Right.
I would venture to say it would be either just the same or lighter than your standard. Yeah, I actually own a. I got rid of my GTO for a Can-Am side by side. It was a X3 XMR, so it's two-seater. I can imagine. Although, I wonder what the RPM range is on that little two-cylinder.
Let's take it one step further. Sleepers.
Mhm.
Okay. Sleeper golf cart. Because I got a downtown here that allows me to take a golf cart through downtown.
What about a Barber Jeep?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. See, now we're getting in trouble. All right, let's go on to the next one. All right. This is something that's going to probably make certain people mad because it did me. And I want to get your take on this. And I'm only going to it's only 1 minute and 7 seconds, so I'm going to let it play through. Okay. But this is going to upset people. And I want to get your take on this because I'm very protective of people that are unable to take care of themselves. Okay. Those that are less physically able to take care of themselves, those that are, let's say the weaker of society, the younger, the older, stuff to that nature. Okay. I'm very protective of that group of people. Going down the street, if some chick is getting her ass beat and you're getting your ass beat, I'm probably going to step in on the side of the chick first and then come help you. Okay. Not because I don't think that you deserve to be helped. It's just I feel, that the weaker part of society, okay, it could be older folks. It could be younger kids. It could be mentally or physically handicapped individuals. That's what I mean by the weaker society. When people take advantage of those people, it kind of upsets me to a different degree.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad do you think this will piss me off? Knowing your brother.
I'm going to go with a solid 7. And the reason I say a solid 7 is because no one technically, as far as I could tell off of this, was physically injured as much as it was taking advantage or doing something to someone else of a weaker demeanor that never should have happened. And people were in place that should have been the protectors, and they were the ones doing this. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. There it went. All right, did you catch it? No.
Saw it. Yep. Totally. Pissed off.
Yep. Here it is. All right.
This is 4-year-old Lane Luviano. She's the one that broke this case open in September when she snuck one of her sleepy stickers out of the classroom.
She kind of pulled up her little shorts and said, "Mom, look, this is my sleeping sticker." And I was like, "The what?"
When Lane's mom, Lisa, saw the sticker, she thought it was strange and asked her daughter about it.
And the teacher gives it to you, where she put it?
On my eye.
And what's it look like? sleeping with a moon on it.
Lane's dad says he's known something was wrong since school first started.
They never notified the parents.
So Lisa took matters into her own hands. She reached out to the other parents in Lane's class, sent them pictures of the patch to see if their kids were getting the stickers too.
I showed it to my 4-year-old, and she said, yes, that's the sleepy sticker. And if you read the ingredients on them, it has a lot of, it's just things I've never even heard of.
And they're giving them drugs to make them sleep, to keep them quiet.
Najala Abdullah tells us she'd noticed changes in her son, who told her he'd been getting the stickers too. She says he'd been crying, stopped eating, and was bringing home lunches that he hadn't touched.
Do you think it could be a crime? Most definitely.
Yeah.
How close was I on the assessment of 1 to 10?
You're off a little bit.
Which way?
I'm probably close to a 9. 9.
The reason I got down to a 7 was specifically because it did not appear as though anyone was actually physically hurt, which would have definitely tipped the scales the other way. Not that it was more acceptable. That's not what I'm saying. On the anger scale is where I would be very determined and very analytical as a 7. Where you harm them, I'm going to tip that scale. And just like Bill says here, they're never going to find the bodies. That's why I said 7. But I don't want to. I don't want to put that
stewing on it. I'm starting to be a 9.5. Okay. I don't have kids. Okay, but if that was my kid, I'd be in jail. And let me tell you something.
Yep.
I don't care if it's physically hurting them. The fact that you're making my kid sleep, 1. And the fact that my kid's not able to eat a meal because he is sleeping and or she is sleeping.
Yeah.
That can physically take a toll on a kid at a young age like that. Super, super, super quick.
So
if it's 3 weeks, month, 2 months, 3 months that this has been going on, that can 100% affect that child.
Agreed.
At such a young age.
So
as far as I'm concerned, that's physically harming my child.
Agree. Now
I'm
here's
I'm going to take your supper away, okay? Come here. I'm taking your food from you.
I was looking at it in the same aspect that you were looking at it personally. Okay. I'm looking at it. I'm sitting at somewhere about a 9. Okay. Because I got kids.
I don't have kids. And I'm a 9.5, brother.
And I was looking at it. Okay. Where would this put it on your scale? Not having kids. And I'm thinking, okay, let's rationalize this.
I'm like Patrick Swayze dangerous right now. I'm ready to rip your fucking throat out. Okay. No shit. Like that's messed up, man.
I agree.
Messed up.
So that's why I said this is probably going to upset you. I didn't realize, at what point you were going to go, and I figured 7 would be a safe bet. I know where I'm at, and personally, I'm up there, which is also, why certain lines of work I was better at than going into others. But yeah.
All I'm going to say is it's I don't have kids. Okay. And I'm probably one of the very few exceptions to the rule here. But that does not make this male right here a happy camper whatsoever.
I agree.
I think anybody and everybody who participated in that needs jail time. And I mean,
yeah. Oh yeah,
serious
absolutely.
And as far as what are they doing to the kids while they're knocked out, what are the reasons for doing that? So is that a reason? Yeah, absolutely. I can't deduct that and say no. There are. Is it just lazy people? They don't want to watch the kids, so it's easier to watch the bigger ones. I mean,
I
that's
actually
a whole
think
scenario I don't want to get into because
no.
Now I need to get my splitter off because I'm pissed.
I happen to agree with you.
So
it could go down an entirely different road that maybe it didn't, and I think it was lazy people. Okay, personally,
I agree,
but I'm just again just kind of throwing it out there. You know what?
That's just messed up, man.
It is.
What the hell is wrong?
Now,
Come on.
I was gonna follow this up with a old folks home video.
Go for it. I'm good.
Nope. No.
I'm good.
No, I'm not. No, because yeah, I've seen what some of these people do in some of these old folks' homes, and yeah, let that happen to someone. Just let it happen to someone. Like when this whole COVID thing happened, and they're like, "Oh, you can't go see this so and so," it's like, try me. Just no.
Yeah.
Do
Agreed.
not let that no. So anyway, we're going to go into more happier stuff here.
Sure. Probably a good idea right now.
So I call this one here. This is a real one. This is a real driver. Okay. And it's just because simply this is the type of people we need on the road with us. Okay. No questions asked. We need these type of people. Let's see. Hey, y'all. Yeah, let's do this one here. I think that one works. I don't want to get copy struck because of a song. So you see what happened there?
We need more people like that for sure.
Hell yeah. All right. For those of you that didn't see this, okay, and this is good. We're going to get this to start over. You got the guy in the fast lane going slow. The guy in the slow lane sees what's going on, throws his flashers on, speeds up so that the guy in the fast lane that should be in the fast lane could merge over, get back in his lane, and get going. That's what we need. Those are the heroes in this world that we need right now.
I freaking hate lane campers. Sons of bitches.
Yep.
Get out of the left lane if you got nothing going on.
Yes, absolutely. It drives me nuts. Now, here's another thing, okay? If I am passing a bunch of people in the slow lane and I'm doing 85, okay? Everyone in the slow lane's doing like 65 and I'm passing them and you come hauling ass up on my ass expecting me to get over right away, you're going to have to slow down just a little bit because I'm going to get over when it's safe.
Yeah.
I'm not going to just jump over because
I'm
you're
gonna let you rip it, but you got to let me get over safely.
Yeah.
You know,
as soon as I get that opportunity,
I'm already
to get
doing
over,
some shit that's unsafe. So, but you know,
yeah.
Let me get over safely. That way I can get back over.
And don't get mad at me if it takes me a little bit longer. Okay. I get it. You're going quicker than me, but I'm passing a bunch of cars. You see that I'm passing a bunch of cars. Have some respect on that one. I'm in a 4-cylinder. Okay. Leave me be. All right. This is an advertisement, but I wanted to get your take on this because we had talked about some other stuff. Okay. And this kind of got my thought process going a little bit. But this system here, it's a fuel system for like gas cans and stuff. got me thinking. I'm like, hey, this might be something kind of cool. Just want to hear your thoughts on it after it gets done.
A jug like this in your garage?
Yeah, how about a dozen of them?
Okay, a dozen of them. All right. So we got this external vent that causes us some problems. It's either going to spill or break. When you go to hold this thing, a little bit awkward in that it has a top handle location. So what normally happens is I got to go something like this before I go to pour. Now this is just water, but in your garage it would be gas and dirt. I'm going to go to pour this bad boy. I typically get something like that, or I can close this and I totally kill my flow rate. Those are my two options.
Absolutely.
Worst part though is it's actually going to overflow and it's never going to stop.
Right.
So best case scenario, you're probably getting something looking like that.
Yep.
Is he wrong with everything he said so far?
He's not wrong.
Right. So, and this is what got my, because I was listening to it in the background because it just kind of played. I was watching something else and I went to go do something else and then it moved on to the next and I heard this. I went, okay, this guy's kind of talking my language here. I want to hear what more else he's got to say. So
when you come over to Tough Jug, we made some significant improvements. The first one is we go to a side handle location instead of a top handle location, so it naturally pours. There's no external venting. All of our ventilation is done through the internals of the jug.
Okay.
Both of those are big upgrades, but the coolest part is what you're about to see. Okay. I'm gonna pour 25% faster, and it's gonna stop before it overflows.
All right.
So I'm gonna flip this jug upside down. I'm gonna let it flow. When it reaches the bottom of that nozzle, shuts off.
Oh.
So you and I can just keep chatting, no worries, no mess, no spill. I'm gonna break that, tap it off like you do in the bathroom, and you're done.
I thought you'd get a kick out of that.
Shake, shake.
Yeah. If it's more than 3 times,
You're playing with it, brother.
there you are. All right. So what do you think of this one here?
All right. The jug?
Yeah.
That thing's great.
So
So far, from what I can tell.
I agree. I was like, oh, this is really cool. This is, because lawnmower, weed eaters, stuff like that. That type of system right there would keep that overflow from happening.
Absolutely. Never mind the fact that if you're doing it in a garage,
The fumes, getting it on the ground. Yeah.
But the first thing that was nice was the fact that they took it from the top and they moved it to the side. That made it more ergo.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the only thing they probably could have done was, figure out how to give you something on the bottom to help with.
And that, that might be something that maybe you shoot them a little email and they go, you know what, he's got something. All right, but here's the next part.
All right. If we want to go one step down, this is for our top load tanks. Think motorcycles, think tractors, anything that's a top load tank. Again, this guy, no leaks, no spills, fully sealed unit, no external venting. But this is where this gets cool. Press this one down. I'm gonna do 5 gallons in 42 seconds. Same auto stop technology, so when it hits the bottom of the nozzle, it stops. So I still got fluid in here, but I'm not overflowing. Again, tap that guy off. You're good to go.
That'll be really good for motorcycles, guys. Really good. Those guys that love their bikes and they love the paint, they're shining up the chrome.
That's also good for your sand rails. Okay, it's got that tank on the top side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they got that round tank on the back and the top, and you got to undo it. Still that top load, just like a motorcycle would be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they're not painted. Those are all generally stainless.
Yeah, but
or aluminum.
Or I've seen them where they painted in the same color as the rail or whatnot because they don't want to have a bunch of shiny stuff or whatnot.
True.
And yes, Bill, I do know. So, what do you think about that one?
I like that.
Okay.
Really good invention.
I think so.
Beats all the garbage cans we got going on right now.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
You've seen that they're coming back out with all the new
the
old
old jerry can, the old jerry cans,
old new style jerry cans. Yeah.
Yeah. Now take that funnel system, the new old new stock, new old stock. Anyway, so take that funnel system, put it on the jerry can. Hey,
I think it'd be too heavy for most people.
A 5-gallon? Yeah, maybe.
The mix with the metal and the fuel. Yes, it's going to be a lot lighter.
The newer jerry cans are lighter than the old ones.
It just means it's thinner metal, but yeah, it's still going to be heavier than the plastic.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'd rather have the metal one, regardless. Either way,
it will last way longer.
Yeah.
Unless it gets rusted out from not maintaining it. It's the one thing about plastic.
That's true.
It doesn't rust out.
All right, so I got this other video here that I think you're going to get a kick out of. Okay. Full disclosure, what you're about to see is not legal in California. So sorry, you cannot get one of these in California. However, if you're outside of California, you may not be able to get this in New York either, or Chicago. Anyway.
There might be a few places you can't get this.
Yeah. But if you can get it, you might have some fun with it. Just have it.
Say hello to my little friend.
This young man will be in the special forces before you know it.
What branch? Army? Because it ain't going to be the Marine Corps. Sorry, kid.
So I saw that and I was like, this is great. Remember the old whoopee cushions? This takes it to another level.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And the dad in there pumping it up. I was like, what is going on here? And then the second he turned sideways and I could see it, I went, is that a trumpet? And he pulls that trigger. I went, this is great.
Space Force.
Space Force. Yep. So, all right. Something a little more serious, okay? I'm going to talk about this one. There's no video for this or anything like that. This is kind of a history thing or whatnot. But it's lived once, buried twice. So, 1705, okay, this Irish woman, her name was Marjorie McCat, okay, she was thought to have died of fever, okay, and she was hastily buried during that time frame because there was a lot of disease and contagion going on, okay, and they didn't want it to spread. Back then, someone had something, a group of people had something, they got sick or whatnot, disease spread. You got the Black Plague, you've got bubonic plague, you've got, okay, all the Spanish flu. They didn't want any of that, okay? So they thought she had died. So they buried her. Well, she had a ring on. Let me double check. Yes, she had a ring on, and her finger during her passing was swollen, and her husband couldn't get it off, but it was expensive. But he's like, I'm not gonna, rip it off of her finger. Maybe this is a sign that she, was supposed to be buried with it. Okay. So he buries her. Well, there's other people that noticed the ring, and they went to go grave rob her. Okay, because they were gonna just fucking cut her finger off.
It's 1700. Sure, that's good money.
Yeah. So they unburied her. Okay, pull her out. They went to pull the ring off. Okay, couldn't get it off. So they went to cut her finger, and they did cut her finger, and she started to bleed. Okay, but that woke her up. Like she was in a semi-comatose state. Okay, at that point, woke her up, scared these two grave robbers. Okay, she sits upright. She screams. One of them fled, and the other one they said may have gotten hurt in one way or another, trying to escape or whatnot. Anyway, what happened to them isn't really known in that aspect. She crawls out of the grave completely, stumbles home, okay, knocks on the door. Now, her husband reportedly joked at this time that if his wife were alive, he would swear it was her based on the knock. You know how your significant other knocks, okay? He buried her. She's dead. If she was alive, that would be her.
Yeah.
Okay. Opens the door, okay, in the same burial clothes, okay, bleeding, okay. He collapses from shock and dies. She goes and later, back up. He ends up getting buried in the same grave that she was in. She goes, marries again, has kids with someone else, and dies later in life. Buried twice, lived once.
That's crazy.
Okay. So, yeah, I was looking through some historical type stuff and whatnot, and I was like, this is kind of a cool, crazy story. And I read more of it. I'm like, I think Chris might like this one. So, hey. What's this one? Oh, this one's a fun one. Tell me what you think of this one here. You might have to read it.
When I was young, I was poor. But after years of hard work, I'm no longer young.
That guy just summed up my life in a fucking couple lines.
Cheers.
Well, mine's already gone, so.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you that I do recommend Eagle Rare. It is tasty.
Is that on the more expensive side of things?
I have seen it where it's on the more expensive side. I've also seen it where you can get it at a reasonable price.
What's a reasonable price?
About $70 for the bottle.
Okay.
I've seen it 55, 60, but I've also seen people try and sell it for like 110, 120 as well. So it's like, Are there bottles that I would spend 110, 120, $200, $300? Yeah, I would. Don't tell my better half, but I'm not paying that for this.
The one that's watching.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
You mean not like the Sam Adams that we looked at?
I am not. Okay. You brought that to my attention. Okay. I thought that I had heard about that, and it turns out I heard about a different one that was kind of a high proof. Probably about half of that. Okay. Because that was 30 proof, I believe you said?
Yes, it's 30 proof.
Most
of your beers, like your light beers, are 4.
And your heavy beers are typically 7 to 8.
That's your dark beers, yeah.
Right.
But your excuse me. But your standard beers are like what, 5-6%?
Yeah. Yeah. Your Bud, this is 30 proof.
30.
Okay. and I want to try it. But how much is a 750? It's 750 milliliter, right?
The cheapest I seen it was $2.99, I think.
Yeah, $300 for a bottle of it.
That
I'm
was
not
the cheapest.
Nope, no thanks. Not gonna happen. I would rather have something that is a no shit alcohol.
I would spend the money. Before I did that, I would spend it on another bottle of Blanton's.
Oh, you can get a couple of bottles for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on the bottle, but.
Yep. So, but yeah, that Sam Adams,
Thanks, Bill.
I would love to try it, but no, I'm not paying $300 for beer. Sorry, not gonna happen.
No,
not gonna happen. So, you ain't got nothing to worry about there. Now, if someone wants to gift it, I will drink it, but I'm not gonna pay for it.
No, that might be one of those where it's just, here's that little fund,
Mhm.
and it gets donated to, and it gets to that point where we can buy it, then we'll just buy it that way. Here's our little GoFundMe.
That would be a special. Hey, if you want us to try the craziest beer that we've been able to find, here's that avenue there, and if it ever gets to that point, we'll get it. Maybe we might do that. All right, here's another one for you. This one right here is a very. I hold our police force to a high standard. Okay. And most of them live up to that high standard. There are some that do not belong in the police force. I have my own personal feelings on certain things when it comes to that, but basic across the board, if you can't pass a physical fitness test, your ass should not be in the police force. Okay.
Amen.
Now, I have seen what I would have looked at and considered a large cop run down a dude. This cop should have been in the NFL. Okay.
Look at Butterbean.
Yes.
The boxer.
Yes.
Or MMA fighter, whatever.
If you can pass the physical, if you can run some dude down as if he was doing 6 seconds in the 40 and you're catching him doing 4.5 in the 40, okay, type of deal, great, okay? You can be a little hefty, okay? I'm not as thin as I used to be, okay?
Amen.
But there's also a point of dumbassery where you should be eliminated from the police force as well. You might be physically fit, but if you're not mentally there to this video is gonna sum it up a little bit. If you're not paying attention to what the hell's going on around you, no, I don't want you as a cop. Personally, okay? But let's get into this one because it's gonna explain a little bit more.
And not all cops are this way.
No,
I haven't
God, no.
seen the video. I know a lot of cops are fantastic and they do what they need to
amazing.
do.
No, absolutely.
But there are some dumbass ones out there.
It's just like the military. I've been in the military. I will be the first one to say that we got some dumbasses in the military as well.
It's not just that though. It's everywhere.
Yeah. The 10% rule goes to everyone. All right, so here we go. Ooh, there we go.
Squad car.
Did you catch it yet? Have you seen it yet?
I haven't seen it, no.
Oh, Take another look. Watch this. What did he pull down from the top?
It's hard to see. He pulled something off the top of his cruiser.
Uh-huh. Take a look at it.
You gotta be shitting me, man.
For those of you that can't see this, and I know that, if you're not looking at a larger screen, okay? That's his service rifle on the top of his vehicle.
God damn it.
That is his service rifle. The lady in the car, the driver of the car, saw it. The passenger started filming it. They stopped the cop to let him know, hey, you've got something on the top. This guy got out of his vehicle, looked at it, and there's no immediate reaction to him. He's dumbfounded of what's up there. He can't believe it's sitting up there.
I mean, I guess it depends on where he just came from. He could have been coming from 20 miles away in a damn thing, so I'd be fucking amazed too.
I would not show people that I was amazed. I'd be like, oh shit, grab it. Thank you very much. I just put it put it back and then got around the corner and cried myself to sleep, hoping to God they didn't have a video of this. Because if you look, it's got his plate and it has his squad number on it.
Yes, it does.
And ends up having his fat face, okay, right there in the picture.
It ain't somebody else's, but in the off chance it is, 99.9% chance that it's not. The off chance it is,
if it was someone else's,
he's still in trouble with it.
He did not.
That's evidence that's not put away properly.
And he has no sense of urgency to get it off the back of that vehicle. None. No sense of urgency. I'd have looked at that and gone, okay, let's say it wasn't.
You're probably
mine.
right.
Maybe what if it was my, one of the other guys that was there? Okay. We were at the range or whatnot. One of the guys puts it up on top of the vehicle. I put my shit away. Someone stops me and goes, I look at that and go, oh shit. Pull it off there. Thank you so much. This is one of the other guys. And been like, I really appreciate you. You have no idea. This right here could have ended up in the. He had none of that. Nothing. He had no self-awareness, no self-preservation at all with this. And that, frankly, scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, we have people like that out there on the force.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose that could be a possibility too. Came from a big standoff.
If he came from a big standoff, a rifle on top of your car, your blood is still pumping. You're going to yank that off of there. I'd like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I can't with this one. I just can't.
I just don't know how you would leave or how somebody would leave.
He was too busy grabbing his damn donut and milkshake.
I can't see how somebody would leave something on top of their car like that. Whether it was him or not, okay? He should be checking his squad car.
Yeah, okay. Now, have I seen people leave a purse on top of their car or
Absolutely.
their coffee? Okay, I get it. I get that.
I have.
But when someone tells you, hey, your cup of coffee's on top of the car, you're getting out and you're grabbing it like, thank you. I'm glad okay.
Laptop, backpack, something.
Yep. And you're absolutely right, Katie said. Deserves a get out of ticket free card on that one.
Yeah. But the way his response with all that ain't happening.
No, here's the thing. He may have saw that and went, "Yep, this is my third strike. I'm getting fired this afternoon." Oh well. Maybe that's what happened. I don't know, but yeah. I agree with you, Bill. SWAT guys always know where their shit's at. Always. All right.
It's like second nature.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see this. Yeah, I'm not gonna play this one. I want to show this one to you later. I don't want to get. It might be. It's not graphic. I want to show this one to you a little bit later. We'll decide if we want to show this at some point. But I was gonna do it. I'm like, probably not. Yeah. You know what? Let's do it. Why not?
Fuck, I'm game. I don't even know what it is, but let's do it.
This guy, Uber driver,
Mm-hmm.
passenger. Watch how fast this turns into a calamity. Did you see that?
What?
I don't know how he survived. I don't. Somehow he did. Wrestled the pistol away to the point where the guy had to exit the vehicle before returning fire again at him. And he was able to still
Get gone.
get back in the driver's seat and roll the hell out. First off, the guy that was driving, hats off to you. I hope the other 4 lives that you have left, you live them to the fullest. Honest to God, I really do. Okay?
How did he had to have been shot?
Had to have been. I agree.
Well, how
But
the hell is
not severely enough to incapacitate him. At least not right at that moment.
Yeah.
The 2 guys, okay, the one passenger that bailed out quickie, okay? That's your friend in the back. You deserve whatever happens to him. Okay.
Amen.
And the guy in the back that pulled the gun in the first place, first off, you don't deserve a gun of any type because you don't know how to use it.
No. That's apparent.
But at the same point, what are the odds that all of that is going to go wrong? Again, the driver, okay? I watched it like 3 times, and I'm like, he had to have gotten hit. And I'm going, but he's acting as if he doesn't. And the thing is this is the
only thing that's giving me any indication is him doing this at the end.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guarantee you he got at least grazed a couple places.
Bare minimum, yeah.
Absolutely at a bare minimum. Unreal.
How in the hell the first round didn't do anything?
No clue. I mean,
that's wild.
Looking at it, it was here on his neck. And then I think that he jerked the trigger just enough and it went in front of him. I that's the only thing I could think. Because it was at his neck. It wasn't back. It was at his neck. And I think it was just enough.
Up and over.
Yeah. And I think he got grazed. I think he may have gotten grazed in the back, maybe got shot in the back. Okay.
Maybe.
But he just kept fighting. hats off to him. I hope this guy.
That's survival instinct right there,
Yeah.
baby.
And I hope that, he ended up doing good. What? Bill, thank you, sir.
Yep.
You went to the Stormtrooper Academy for armament. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
Nice.
So, let's see here. Oh, there are certain places that you don't drive your vehicle. Okay. There are certain places you don't drive your vehicle if it's a nice vehicle. How about a brand new Dodge TRX?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a place that you would not drive it. How about this? How about I just tell you where not to take your Dodge TRX? Because it will get stolen. And you will find it. You will find your TRX. Okay? But it will not be in the same condition that you left it. Where do you not go? Do not go to Oakland, California.
Middle of the road.
When they strip your car in California, they strip your car.
That's pretty nice. That's not 100% strip, but that's pretty close.
Well, they had to leave it to where they could roll it off of whatever trailer
I'm not
they had
even
it
talking
on.
about that. How about the column still in it?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
There looks like very little of the interior is there, but it looked like potentially the carpet might be there and the back seat might still be there. And then maybe not the bottom, but wheels and tires.
Yeah.
Hell, the brake reservoir is still there. Jeez. I wouldn't have even left the bed on it.
So
you don't need the bed on it. It'll still roll without the bed.
Yeah. All right. So your mama asked, love watching you guys get together. If you didn't have this YouTube chat, would we actually chat like this in real life? This is why we started this, is because we talked about shit like this on the regular. Whether it be,
it wasn't weekly, but
no, it was on a regular where we would,
yeah,
and we would send each other videos and we'd crack up about them and whatnot. We would, talk and, but yeah, this is kind of why we started it, is because it's like, we're having fun kind of talking about this, maybe someone else will, giggle with us as well. And that's kind of why we did it. So, I mean, I hope that answers your question on that one. Legal fiction. Yeah. They left the fenders and wheels. $100,000 truck. What's the monetary value of what was left? $10K?
No.
You don't think so? The frame and the wheels and whatnot? You don't think there was $10K worth there?
No. You could sell. You probably couldn't. If you paid $10K for that, you could not make $10K back off of that by selling it individually for parts.
Okay. So what do you think that was out of the $100,000? What was left sitting right there? $5K?
3, maybe
3?
5. Yeah. To the right person, you might be able to make some of your money back.
Yeah.
A bed might be worth $3 to $5 grand. The axles are still there. the housings and the wheels
Yeah.
and tires, fenders. I mean, it'd be close. As for me as a buyer, I wouldn't give you more than probably $2,500-3,000 for it.
Now, you look at the
They ain't $2,000 or whatever.
you look at the
Not for stocky. I mean, if you wanted to go to the dealership and buy the wheels, yeah. But
so you look at the ad in the paper, okay, and it says 2025 TRX $2,000 as is.
I mean, you're going to get one with a salvage title.
I'm gonna look at that and go, I gotta see what it looks like. I gotta see what. And then I see that picture and I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
I would scoop it up.
I hope he had insurance and gap insurance to go along with it.
I guarantee you they did.
All right. So the name of this stream here was Unintentional GTA. Okay. Now, I want to apologize to Katie Zed. I want to apologize to Kathar. I'm not meaning to step on your toes by showing a body cam, but you're seeing it here before you're seeing it there. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. So this is actually kind of funny. And the reason that I'm kind of leaving this one toward the end is because I want to get your take on it a little bit. I'm not going to play the entire thing. I'm going to kind of skip a little bit. Okay. But yes, this is Unintentional Grand Theft Auto. Let's see if I can get this to play.
Hey, give me a minute. I'll be right back.
Did I take the wrong car? No? Oh my God.
How does that work?
How would you have taken
No,
the
yeah,
wrong?
that wouldn't work, would it?
Well, ma'am,
Yeah.
hold on, listen.
No,
Hold on,
I'm
listen, time
yeah.
out. Time out. Before the case officer comes up and chats with you, I'm not writing anything. Okay. There's a big difference between being honest and taking responsibility for, hold on, let me finish. And what's going on, okay? Because obviously, if this was, you're like, oh yeah, that's my mom's stuff in there and everything like that, I'm guessing everything in there isn't your mom's stuff, since I just read who the RO is, the registered owner.
Okay.
So he's gonna, what's going on? Let's be honest.
I'm totally honest. I don't know what you're getting at. I mean, I could have.
All right. So for those of you that may not have seen any part of this just yet, this lady was shopping at a Walgreens. I believe it was a Walgreens. Pretty sure it was a Walgreens. Anyway, she was shopping and she was getting something very specific. And you're going to hear what she got very specific here in a second. But when she comes back out to the car, she's got a bunch of cops around it. And it's kind of interesting how this starts to unfold here.
The first time I drove the car was when I flew in Friday at night. The next morning, we had a bunch of stuff to do.
What's your brother's name?
John.
So where? He's the one who gave you the car?
No, he didn't give me the car. It was parked at my mom's house. He got the car for my mom, but.
Where's the keys to the car?
It's one of those things that when you get in it, it automatically starts. Look at all these keys she has on here. And I went to get a battery. I had to get a new battery for a car because it wasn't working. Oh, God.
Tell me about your brother.
My brother, he lives up in Northern California.
All right, I don't know if you guys notice this, but the cops here in the background, they're laughing because they've already started to put something together.
Yep.
Okay. Now the cop that's talking to her, he's putting it together also, just not as quick as the guys in the back. Have you figured out what happened yet? And no, well, maybe we are stealing your body cam and grift, but we're not monetized, so it doesn't matter. Love you.
I'm gonna hold on just for a sec. So here's a possibility. She's up from California. She borrows mom's car. The garage door has a label on it. Mom's car has a label, so she has these keys. She goes out from Fred Meyer's, gets in the car, drives off, and she's been driving this car ever since.
So she thought it was mom's car. Could happen. I mean, she doesn't.
I wonder if his key. You might want to ask her if she gets permission. You might find the other set of keys in the car, and that's why it keeps starting.
Yeah.
Because the keys are in the car.
I'm gonna guess that's very plausible.
Yeah, this doesn't even lock it.
Now, he pointed something out right here. Okay, it doesn't even lock it. Okay, now watch what this lady says next.
I've been buying batteries for the garage.
Here's what I'm gonna guess. This is what I'm gonna guess. The owner of the car left the keys in his car. These keys don't go to this car. My guess is you hopped in the car thinking it's mom's car. His keys are in the car, which will allow it to start. Did you realize that the car isn't locking?
Yes, that's why I've been buying batteries.
Yeah, it's not that. It's because these keys don't go to this car.
So how can I? Where's her car at?
Your car is probably still at Fred Meyer's where you left it.
Today?
I think yesterday or today.
Accidentally stolen.
When did you go out from Fred Meyer's? Was it yesterday or today?
We've been going every day. She needs every time she needs something.
Did you find the keys? So his keys are in the car. You've been driving the wrong car for however long it's been. These are, these keys are mom's keys.
Yeah.
They don't go to this car.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right, well, maybe we can.
What is in the car that is yours? Hold on.
Her sunglasses and.
Well, hold on. We'll grab it. What? Just tell me what.
See that thing that says gate?
The gate?
On it? Yeah, she needs that remote.
All right. So, can you imagine being the actual owner of that vehicle and the cops come back to you and they say, hey, listen, you want to press charges? You're fully allowed to press charges. But here's what happened. And you hear that this lady got into your car. You left your keys in, thinking it was her mom's car. Wasn't hers, her mom's car. She's got the keys. It starts up.
She don't know no different.
Because it's not her car.
No, she's in visiting.
Now, here's the other thing. I have actually had my key fob unlock someone else's vehicle before. It's not going to start the car, but it unlocked the vehicle. Okay? Kind of weird, but it unlocked.
Maybe I haven't seen that before, but anyway.
I've had it. I was like, why is that doing that? Yeah. And yeah. So having said that, I used to think, hey, I'm going to park my car that looks exactly like someone else's car right next to it.
I bet you ain't doing that no more.
I'm not doing that no more. Because I'm going to walk out to my car and my car is going to be gone and be like, this is not my car.
I'm in somebody else's ride.
Yeah. And they've got the keys to all of it.
Mm-hmm.
So you as the owner of that vehicle, cops come up to you and say, you're free to do whatever you want. You can absolutely press charges. But this, before you make a decision, this is what happened. Are you still pressing charges?
Absolutely not.
I am laughing my ass off going, I am such a dumbass for leaving my keys in the car, and this is hilarious.
Yep.
I'm
getting a little too comfortable doing that here.
You live out in the middle of nowhere, too.
I do that. I leave it in the garage, and then when I get to work, I leave my keys in the car. But
I don't.
I don't live in the big ass city anymore, so
yeah. I don't think I would, even if I didn't live in the big ass city. I think I'd still, if it's not inside the garage and the garage is locked, I'm probably gonna still lock it. That's me. I'm jaded like that.
Yeah.
I don't trust people.
I used to be that way too, man. I really did. And then you just get out to this country living, and then
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know.
All right, so our favorite guy. I found another one of his videos.
Oh, I gotta see this.
Okay. Now, I don't think it's as good as the other one, but this one's kind of funny. I enjoyed watching this one too. He's got some more, but this one here I kind of laughed a little bit at. Not like the other one, but you know, yeah. Let's show you here. So now he's got a he's got an attitude with this goat. Okay.
Goat, who's the boss?
Jesus Christ.
Yep, he's the boss. Time to teach this goat who's the boss.
Son of a bitch.
Yep, he's the boss. Time to teach this goat who's the boss.
Does he have any knees left?
I don't know if he's got any knees left or not, but damn it, that guy's kind of funny.
Dude's super funny.
He's got a good sense of humor and he fits in.
Yeah, he does.
So, at any rate, we're kind of getting near the end of the show today. I know that we have something that we got a couple of new things that we're gonna add to our repertoire for our shows coming up. One of those is gonna be what do we call that? We got deep thoughts, which I don't have any right now. It's been too long of a week. Do you got any deep thoughts?
I don't.
Okay. And the other one is going to be whiskey wisdom, advice that you would give your younger self. You got one of those handy already?
No.
I do actually. Okay.
That was just a suggestion. That's all.
Oh God, no! This is freaking gold right here. I want to run with this one. Advice I would give my younger self. I think one of the things that I would tell my younger self, and I would tell my younger self at about 18 to 20 in that time frame, 24. It's not about how much alcohol you can drink as much as it is appreciating the alcohol that you are drinking. Even to this day, I can probably put down enough alcohol to smash a small freaking country. But I don't. Not anymore. Liver probably just couldn't take it like it used to.
No.
But I can tell you that I've got people that have come over that are easily 10, 15, 20 years younger than me, and
they can't handle it.
They can't. They really can't. I think to their words, your generation's just built different. Yeah, we are.
We are.
On top of that, I spent a good couple of years in the military, so I drank differently too. But I wish I would have taken the chance and the opportunity to try out more of the different types of alcohol instead of just going to get freaking blitzed. And I say that because I spent a good 2 years in Japan. And in Japan, I know they got some good alcohol. And one of them that I remember is sake, okay? Japanese rice wine, okay? But they also had what's called habu sake, which is a habu is a poisonous snake in Japan. And what they would do is they would take that venom, put it into the actual sake. And that venom, it would get diluted in the actual alcohol quite a bit, okay? But there was enough in there that when it did get to your system, it allowed the alcohol to get into your system a little quicker. Okay. And you got drunk on that very quickly. I wish I would have taken a little bit different approach to the drinking instead of going, how much of this shit can I drink? And more of a, I want to try the different types of Japanese alcohol that's out there.
Experience.
Exactly. Which is what I've started doing over the past 10 plus years, I guess, with my whiskey intake, is really finding the different types of whiskeys that I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, I'm just not a big fan of, and that's fine. But other people are. Great. Okay.
I mean,
I'm not a big fan of a majority of rye whiskey. It just doesn't sit on the palate the way that I like it. I have had some rye whiskey that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Granted, I do like, some of the more aged whiskeys, some of the newer whiskeys that come out, they are a little bitter, where some of the aged has a little bit more smoother, refined taste. Um, and I'll be the first one to tell you, I am not a whiskey connoisseur that is going to talk about all of these different notes and stuff. I mean, I taste some of the oak notes, I taste some of the caramel notes and stuff. I don't have that desire to be that snobby whiskey ass that is talking about all these. You know what? Put a little ice in a glass, put a little whiskey in it,
let air out just a little bit.
and you're going to get the flavors and whatnot, and you're going to like it or you're not going to like it.
Yep.
It's fine. Okay. Or I'm going to grab my little shot glass. I'm going to tip back a couple, and I'm going to enjoy my night because I'm sitting out on the back deck with a cigar. That's what I would tell my younger self. Take a step back and enjoy some of the finer things in life.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
I bet the only thing I would tell myself would be to slow down just a skosh.
Just a skosh. Not a lot. No. Not just a little bit. So, and you got any parting words, my friend, my brother, from the same mother? At least that's what we were told.
I am not the milkman's kid. Okay.
No, I hate to say it, but when you look at Pops in different years of his life, there's some years that you look identical to him, and there's other years that I look identical. And I wonder which one of us is going to look like him when we get to his age. It probably.
I got the younger side of it. You're going to get the older side of it.
We both can't be good looking at the same time.
Nope.
Anyway, you got anything else with these people here?
No, just enjoy your evening, and we'll see you next week.
Hold up.
What?
We got to
Where's my boy?
Exactly. We can't go without this right here. We just can't. It is not going to happen.
I don't know how many of you are familiar with the .577 T-Rex round. Today I'm going to shoot it. That was amazing.
Thank you all for coming in. We appreciate you. We really do. Hopefully you enjoy what we're doing and you keep coming back. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your family. Peace, love, happiness.
I still am.
Yeah. Love you, Pops. Thank you again. And to everyone, I hope you have a good weekend, a good night, and stay safe out there.
Have a good night, guys.
Thank you much.